Polk County is fortunate to be home to a fantastic array of parks and natural lands that you can get out and explore right now. And one of the best times to do that is this summer. Joining me today to talk about our Parks and Natural Resources Division is County Commissioner Michael Scott, as well as Recreation Superintendent Derek Harpe. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Miles. Appreciate it.
Good to see you.
Commissioner Scott, let's start out with the big picture. Why is Polk County a fantastic place to have all these parks? Why is it a great thing for our residents to have access to, and why is it something that the board cares about preserving and extending?
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you look at the size of Polk County, obviously resident numbers are 840,000 plus people, but just the sheer size and the landmass that we have, it gives us an opportunity as a county to really highlight the nature's beauty. And so when we look at the parks and recreation value that we bring to current residents and future residents, to me, it's one of the highly regarded assets that we have as a county. So for the Board of County Commissioners to understand that, which we do, we want to continue to invest in those parks, not only to improve facilities, but to expand or even add new parks where it's required for either bigger population sets or maybe it's a new area of growth. But for us, we really do see tremendous value in providing that sense of recreation to our residents, no matter where you live.
And one of the ways that our Parks Division creates value is through the use of programs.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about why that's important.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest things I had seen is, from raising my two kids here in Polk County are some of the programs that we offer as a county. To me, maybe some don't know about them, but during spring break and summer, there's tremendous opportunity to put your kids into these different programs, and just depending on what their interests are, they're throughout the county. And between our community centers and actual parks themselves and certain special events, to me, it can get your kids interested in maybe a sport or an activity, something they've not been exposed to, and we offer that all as a part of services through the county.
And there's a wide array of different types of programs as well. Mr. Harpe, could you walk us through what some of these programs are and where they're offered and what the kids get to do?
Absolutely. We're very proud of what we offer, and the support of our commission over the last 20 years has been immense. We have 5 community centers all around the county that have daily after-school programming. In the summer, we convert to summer programs, full-day summer programs. We also partner with some of our neighboring cities like Dundee, Polk City, Frostproof this year. We're to supply summer recreation there. We have 35 plus youth leagues that participate on our property. We have another 10 adult leagues that participate out there to offer recreation. We do about 45 special events annually that we produce through our community centers and in our other parks. We have Rec to Go coming this summer, where we take a recreational program from park to park throughout the other cities and small towns in the community. So we try to provide a wide variety of things in different age groups, different demographics, just try to keep it fresh every year and give a reason for our citizens to go outside or come out and participate and socialize and build that sense of community that we are kind of long for as people, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And another great aspect of that you sort of touched on is this is a great benefit for families who might be working throughout the summer and the kids need something to do that's not just staring at a screen, right? So that's a great benefit for them.
That's one of the things we find is the want for these kids to have a babysitter in their hands, the little screens that they take. You see it every day when you go to restaurants, families sitting there and not really interacting because everybody's staring at a screen. But when they're out there talking to their, continuing that school time feeling, right? We want them they're all from school, but we want them to have that same sense of community. With the kids that they go to school with, come in and participate, play, do some things that are fun, decompress for a couple months before they go back to school, but just feel that sense of community that these parks have built over the years and these community centers have built. And it's rewarding to us to get to see that and do that. It's one of the best things about our summer is watching those kids and watch them come back every year and excited to be there every year. It really is a driving force of why this is one of the best jobs that you can have.
Yeah, absolutely. Commissioner Scott, when we think about some of the big objectives that the board has, one of the things that we're thinking about is, like you mentioned, building a community, but building a community where people want to stay and they want to grow up and then spend their adulthood here. And I think this starts, when they're children and getting them to get engaged in their community, getting them out into our parks, getting them to appreciate Polk County so that we don't have people who are moving away. Does that factor into the board's thinking there?
Oh yeah, it certainly does. And I'm a living example of generational understanding of how valuable the parks are. For Hunt Fountain Park, I grew up there as a small child playing basketball. It's the first time I probably dribbled a basketball was on those courts off of Duff Road. And so I see it, as a kid, it was just a place to go play. I met friends there that are lifelong friends now, and really saw it as, as a kid, you're just playing the game of basketball, or you're just playing tennis. But now getting into adulthood now, since I've had kids, and my kids have now played tennis and basketball and done different sports at Hunt Fountain Park as well. So to your point, when as a child, if you can establish not only the importance of outdoor play and the importance of less screen time is better, but also offering a place that provides that, and it's not, these aren't parks that are run down, dilapidated, just have some grass and a road to get into it. We put a lot of money into the parks because we want our community to have really great facilities that function to the level that they should not necessarily expect, but they deserve. And for us as a board to continue with that vision, even, again, I'm now second generation, if you will, my kids. So I would think with my kids staying in Polk County, after they grow up, likely they're going to be at Hunt Fountain or another park in the county playing with their kids one day. And to me, that makes our decision making pretty easy, because you want to put money back in where it gives back to the community, and all the parks that we have throughout the county, that's one of the best spots we can do it.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you mentioned Hunt Fountain Park, because that's one of the parks that's currently undergoing renovations and improvements. Mr. Harp, could you talk to us a little bit about what kind of improvements are happening out there, and then at Point Siena as well, and then throughout the community? We've got so many improvements going on. It feels like there's a lot of different things going on, but can
it's
you talk
been
to us
an
about
interesting
some highlights?
time in Parks and Recreation over the last couple of years, right? This county has grown so fast since 2020. We reopened our park system in June, and since that, the growth has been tremendous. To try to keep up with that, we've instituted a artificial turf program where we're going to some of these high-use parks, trying to put in artificial turf, and that's strictly for capacity. Everybody wants to play every day of the week, 12 months a year. It's Florida. Weather's great all the year round, so everybody wants to be outside. Hunt Fountain, we finished the fencing project last year, redid every fence out there, all the backstops, everything's done. We've redone lighting at a majority of that park too, so everything is under warranty. It's LED lighting now. We're building converting four soccer fields from artificial or from grass to artificial turf. Wonderful, like I said, a capacity improver there. Point Siena, you mentioned, we're doing the same things there, converting 3 soccer fields and a football field over to artificial turf as well. Have plans to do more in the future. We did Simmers Young last year, and that turned out wonderfully. The first phase of that. Northeast Regional Park, which is up in the north, up on 27, as high up in the county as you can go, a tremendous destination. Those fields were designed to be turf right from the beginning, 15 years ago. So we've done a lot of things to try to improve it. We've done about 10 parks with fencing and lighting over the last year and a half, and we'll do more in the future, just to kind of make sure that our kids and our adults are playing and experiencing the best possible facilities they can.
And one thing I want to highlight as well is, when it comes to the cost of these improvements, this is one of the most efficient things that we can do with tax dollars, because, it directly benefits the residents. And beyond that, when I go out on Saturdays to shoot packages for Sports Central, I see people coming from all over the country to use our parks and our facilities. Just a couple weeks ago, I was at Northeast Regional Park, like you mentioned. There was a lacrosse team from Colorado there. So, that's heads and beds, that's our tourism tax dollars, and, really it's just such a great investment for the community, but also for growing business in the area as well.
Yeah, I think one thing I will miss from Hunt Fountain is the buzzing of the lights when you play basketball, right? These LEDs won't have the driver, well, they have drivers, but not the loud ones. But no, truly, you mentioned that, the heads and beds, and there's lots of great perks to investing in our parks. But one of the things that, some of those that play it may not see it from an operational cost. Once we do these upgrades, you talk about LED lighting, that's lower energy cost. You talk about artificial turf, that's less maintenance cost, because we're not going out and fertilizing, we're not going out and mowing. There's maintenance to artificial turf, but it's not nearly as intensive for the amount of play that happens on these fields. And, as we're saying, without artificial turf, you've got to shut down a field at some point to either do repairs or to let it, kind of recover, if you will, from heavy play. With these artificial turf fields, it's a game changer. And we've gotten really great feedback, both from me just going to the parks and also for a lot of these organizations, like you mentioned, that come from out of town to play, that's well received. So I would agree that we are certainly becoming that destination, not only for our residents and to the point of growth, where we've seen the growth from residents using it, you're also seeing these out of town guests that are coming to use it too, and the teams, because I really do think we have the top tier parks in the whole state of Florida.
Commissioner Scott, if you had to wrap up your vision for the Parks and Natural Resources Division in the next 5 years and 10 years, what do you think you see on the horizon?
Yeah, I mean, I think a synopsis in a very short term would be, my goal is to have them be world class. Mm-hmm. And what I mean by that is I want to see us continue to improve the parks that we need to in the future, as far as the ones that are going to get still lighting updates and turf updates, but also to look at it from an operational standpoint. You know, how can we provide even more services that may be facilities based, it may be staff based, but how can we even take that experience to the next level to make it world class? I think on our solid waste, we've done that successfully in several elements of that. I'd like to apply that over to our Parks and Recreation Department of, we've got great staff, we've got a great team, the board will continue to support it financially, and I think as long as we maintain that vision and goal of world class, that over the next 5 to 10 years, we're going to be unstoppable and untouchable, and in a way that's just such a great value add for our constituents in the county, but also for those that are just visiting, even if you're just here for the weekend to take in a baseball game or to see a soccer game. You really will be able to enjoy the parks no matter the duration of time you're here.
Absolutely. Mr. Harper, I'll let you have the last word. If residents want to find out more about our parks, where they are, or what programs are going on at those parks, where can they go to learn more?
You can always call our office, 863-534-6911. Follow us on Facebook or go to our website, polkfl.gov. And just show up at our special events. Like I said, we do a lot a year. You go into our community centers, we'll definitely help you get to where you need and give you the resources you need to have the best possible experience in the county. And we have wonderful staff. We have wonderful support from our commission and from our management. So I think we're building a world-class place, like Commissioner said, and it's been, and I've been about 30 years here, and watched the growth over this 30 years has been tremendous. So please follow us on Facebook and come to visit our website, and we'll get you where you need to be.
Absolutely. Well, thank you both so much for joining me today.
Absolutely, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
And I'd like to thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.